Let's see if we're live. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. We're live. I did this very last minute. I probably should be planning these kinds of things out so that, you get some advance notice. But I wanted to get on here on a Friday evening, and I wanted to just share some ideas. I got an idea for a video that I wanted to make, and I was thinking, I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna do it live and offer this live. And I'm going to kind of work through this because this you guys who are here live and you guys watching the replay live, you're probably going to see this in a polished version in a video, but I wanted to offer this in a live format and kind of go happy Friday, everybody, and kind of go into some ideas with you guys. So, hey, Michelle, hey, Danielle, hey, C, hey, Sally, hey, Yoda Cat. Hey, everybody who's watching live, everybody who's going to be watching in the future. So I got this flash of insight today, and this is something I've been kicking around, and I was like, man, this is going to be a great video. I want to do this as a video, and then I thought, I want to just get this out. I want to get this out there because this is going to help a lot of people. So, hey, Bella, good to see you. Okay, so this is going to help so many people, and I want to offer this concept because I was trying to think, okay, you guys, I've been away for a while. And it's been quite a journey, and I've been sharing some of it here with you. But I was trying to figure out what is the overall thing that I'm trying to offer, And so here's what I'm offering, like the Lean Secrets channel. Here's what it's about: one problem, one solution. I've come to this conclusion, and this is going to help so many people. I know it's going to help you. We don't have a problem in our bodies and our mindsets and our relationships and how it seems like we've got a million different problems. It seems like there's a lot of things happening. It might seem like you got a problem over here, maybe a problem over here, maybe your health stuff, maybe your relationship stuff, maybe your finance stuff, maybe your whatever it is. It seems like a bunch of different problems, right? But here's what I'm offering. We have one problem and we got one solution. There's never ever more than one problem and one solution. So does that so far, I'm going to elaborate. Does that resonate? I want to just check in with everybody because Vibrantly Jess. Hey, Vibrantly Jess. Hey, Jess. Hey, Sydney. Hey, Katie. Hey, Katie. So glad you're live. I've been following since 2003. That's crazy, Katie Kiss. That's crazy. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks everybody for coming out. Okay, so everybody who's here, I wonder if so far, if you got any problems that have been really bothering you. You don't even have to tell me what they are, but whatever the problem is, whatever your problem is, like bring it to the forefront. I want you to think about it. So this is a health and fitness channel, but this is a body, mind, spirit channel now. So this is important because I did health and fitness stuff for a long time in the beginning of my career. And then I found, and I was finding with people that I was working with work that I was doing, there was all these common denominators with all of this stuff. There was a common denominator in the way people were eating and why they were choosing the unhealthy food that they were choosing. There was a common denominator in the people that weren't super thriving and why they weren't making the right choices. And I also found there was a common denominator in those things and with like just other problems and other situations. And so I found, again, there's one problem, one solution. So I want to offer this, the one problem that we all have. It's not more than one. So the one problem is a lack of awareness, a lack of consciousness, a lack of consciousness and union with the mind-body-spirit complex. So the mind-body-spirit complex, this sounds like kind of out there and woo-woo, but stick with me because it's so practical. And if there's one thing I want to offer anybody who's watching this live, I promise you that this template will serve you so well. So there's a body, mind, spirit complex. We've got a body, mind, and spirit. When those things aren't in harmony, nothing else can be in harmony. When those things are in harmony, everything is in harmony. It's so simple. So that's The one problem is body, mind, spirit's not in harmony. The one solution is getting your body, mind, spirit in harmony. Does that resonate with anybody? Is everybody tracking? I wonder if everybody's tracking. So how do we get our body, mind, spirit complex in harmony? This is a Friday night, by the way. The fact that you're sitting here watching this on a Friday night shows that you've got some body, mind, spirit harmony. So the body, mind, spirit harmonization, this is a practice that we can do, that we have to do every day. Practice of body, mind, spirit harmonization. How do we know if we're in body, mind, spirit harmonization? We can feel it in our bodies. We can feel a sense of peace. We can feel a sense of joy. We can feel a sense of ease and flow. When we're not in harmony in body, mind, and spirit, there's a feeling of constriction. There's a feeling of tightness. We're experiencing anxiety. We're experiencing inner turmoil. So our emotional state is a huge pointer in how we're doing in our body, mind, spirit complex. Our emotional center is kind of our compass of what we're thinking, how we're acting, how we're living, how we're eating. When we're not eating the right way, we start feeling less and vibrant. So it makes complete sense. Thank you so much. So I want to offer really quick. I wanted to offer a really quick practice. And I'm doing a lot of this in my school. So I've got a school called the School of Transformation. But I wanted to offer this to everybody here because this is so important. This is like basic hygiene for body, mind, spirit, healing, harmonization, total wellness. And it's so simple, and you can do this anywhere. So here's the process. Just really quick. I want you to just take a minute to tap into what's happening in the body, what you're feeling in your chest, what you're feeling in your throat, if you're feeling any tightness in your shoulders and your arms or whatever it is. So just take a minute to tap into your body. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and just relax. Just relax. We're just going to relax, and we're going to listen in. We're going to drop into the body. We're going to drop into the body and listen to what the body has to tell us. So when we listen to the body, we listen to what's going on in there. What am I holding on to? What do I feel inside? We do this before we do anything on the outer. Before we do anything on the outer plane, before we do any actions, before we start changing our diet or whatever it is, our lifestyle stuff, we tap in. What's going on in my body? So sometimes you're going to feel a great deal of resistance, depending on what's happening in life. So that's good information. What we can do with that is we can ask, am I willing to let this go? Am I willing to let this go? Am I willing to release this tightness, this energy? This is just basic hygiene. And it sounds so simple. It sounds deceivingly simple. Like, that's not going to solve all my problems. Yes, it will. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like, how will that solve all my problems? It solves all of our problems. It solves our problems on the energetic level. That sounds very woo-woo, but if you just stick with me and just try it out for a second, you just notice what's happening in your body. Notice when you feel resistance in your chest. Notice where you're holding on to tension. Notice where you're wanting things to be different in your life. That's okay to want things to be different, but we notice where am I tightening here? And can I let this go? Can I release it? Can I allow it to be let go of? What does this have to do with health and fitness? What this has to do with health and fitness is everything. Because a lot of people, when we're feeling tightness and restriction, and we don't want to be feeling it, we don't want to be feeling our emotions, we don't want to be feeling the pain, the fear, the whatever, we end up turning to our patterns. We end up turning to addictions. We end up doing the emotional eating. And a lot of people are doing emotional eating. They're not even sure why they're doing it. They're not even aware what's driving this. Or it's like a moving train that they have no control over. But when we just tap into the emotions that we're trying to not feel, and we let them be felt, and we let them be felt, and we allow them to be there, they pass through and they transmute. It's like magic. And this is very rudimentary because emotions are just energy that needs to be felt. So I wonder if anybody here has any, sticky stuff that they're trying to not feel. I also agree with how someone does one thing is how they do everything. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense, especially someone overcoming emotional eating. Yeah, thank you, Daniela. Amazing. Yeah, and I'm so glad to hear that you're overcoming it. Oh my goodness, literally dealing with binge cravings, and this was helpful. Yeah, so okay, this is really great. I'm so glad to hear that this is resonating. So when we're going to emotional eating or binge eating, we do these things because we have a emotion that we're suppressing, that we're trying to not feel. Like, oh my God, I don't want to feel this. And it's not even conscious. I know for a fact that most people who do emotional eating, it's like a switch happens. You don't even catch it. You find yourself in the kitchen, you got a plate of food in front of you, and you're already halfway into eating it when you realize, oh my God, I shouldn't be eating all this food. This isn't going to be good for my body, but I don't know why I keep doing it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to offer this practice to everybody. It doesn't matter if this is with food, if this is with your cell phone scrolling habits. It doesn't matter if this is with, calling up the ex that you shouldn't be calling up, or whatever. Whatever your pattern is, it doesn't matter what it is. This applies to everything. So before you do your pattern, before you let the pattern get in there and get control, we take a minute, step back, and it's so simple. Feel into, this is like surfing. Think of it like you're getting on a surfboard and you're surfing your emotions. That's something a beautiful author named Raphael Kushner, he has a great metaphor for, he calls it emotional surfing, and I adopt that because I love that so much. I think that's a great way to put it. So look, we're going to step back, whatever it is. Let's take a minute right now with me, step back and just notice. Like, put yourself into whatever that pattern is that you're about to do, the scrolling, the overeating, whatever it is. So take a step back, feel into your body. Notice the sensations coming and welcome them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to fix them. Just let them be there and welcome those emotions. Welcome it. Really open, and welcome it. Right? It just takes a minute. Now, in that 1 minute, you might notice, if you do that long enough, you tap into it, you'll notice, oh my God, it doesn't kill me. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm feeling that discomfort. I'm feeling that fear. I'm feeling that loneliness, that sadness. But look at that. I'm still alive. And then what happens next, stage 2, is it dissolves and it transmutes and you feel a release because it's an emotion that you've been suppressing. So energy and motion, you get rid of those emotions by letting them be felt, and then the emotion says, oh my God, message received. I can go now. My work here is done. And then it, it leaves. So that's how we handle whatever problem it might be, whatever problem you're facing, whether it's emotional eating, scrolling habits. Like I said, this applies. This is universal. Hi, Nathan. Welcome in. When this is a Katie Cook, I'm going to put this on the screen here. When my anxiety is bad, I feel like my throat is closing shut. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So let's welcome the throat closing, right? Let's welcome the throat closing. This is what we do. I want to offer this. This is important. So when we get a sensation that we don't enjoy, part of the reason that it accelerates anxiety, stress, whatever, anger, we get this tightness in the throat and we think, oh no, I hate this. I don't want to feel this. So then on top of the anxiety in your throat, you got the feeling that fear of the fear. So you're amplifying the anxiety. So you got the tightness in your throat, and then you have the fear about the tightness in your throat. And so what happens is it gets locked in there, and then it's growing and it's getting tighter and it's getting worse and worse. So what we can do is take away that lid of resistance. Take away the lid of resistance and let it be there. So you notice the tightness in the throat. Okay, give me your best. Tight throat. You're welcome here. You're allowed here. Let's open our arms to the tight throat and say, you're welcome. You're allowed to be here. Tight throat. I welcome it. And it's almost without fail. It will loosen up and it will dissolve and it will let go. But we have to just open our arms to welcoming it. And we don't welcome it with the intention to get rid of it. We welcome it with just the welcoming, opening up our arms to it. Think of it as like a scared little child. And I know that sounds so crazy. Look, I'm Lean Secrets here. The Health and Fitness channel is now talking to you about your inner child. But think of it as like a scared child, you know, that's really clenching in. So you hold it with tender love. And you say, I know you're scared. Tightness in the throat. Let me tend to you, you know? So I hope that helps. Okay. My throat is sore all the time and my neck muscles hurt so much with tightness. Yeah. Yeah. So my throat is that. Well, I just kind of covered that. Sydney says, I cut out a few inflammatory foods since your last video, and my anxiety has decreased like 50%, and it's only been a week. Woo-hoo! I wish I had one of those little poppers that does confetti. Awesome to hear that, Vibrantly Jess. Awesome to hear that. Let's give Vibrantly Jess a round of applause. I wish I had some special effects here. We'll just give you some snaps. That's awesome to hear. And that's a huge part of the one problem, one solution. So I'm offering one problem, one solution. Jess, I imagine that you made those changes because you're getting more in tune with your body, mind, spirit complex. And here's the thing, one problem, one solution. We got whatever problems might have been happening physically, and then we got the solution of eating healthy. Now, it seems like eating healthy is just an isolated thing. Like, I'm just going to eat healthy, and that's going to solve my problem. But here's what happens. When we start eating healthy, from that place of wanting to harmonize the body, mind, spirit complex, you'll notice you start doing it from a place of self-compassion. And you start doing it from a place of mindfulness. And you start doing it from a place of good energy. So that it really does harmonize the body, mind, spirit. Then the foods that you eat, it's like every time you're eating, it's a spiritual process. It's incredible. So yeah, one problem, one solution, right? One problem, one solution. Oh my God, I finally caught a live. Yeah. Good job, Marina. You're in the live. I'm glad. Well, here's a reason you might not have caught a live before is because I have a habit of just popping on here sometimes and just doing them off the cuff. And I did that tonight too. So Evan, hey Evan, good to see you. Evan, Sydney, your progress really is inspiring to me. Nicole, hi Brenda, you definitely sold me on AIP. Nicole, hey Nicole. Nicole's a very good friend to the show, a very good friend to me. It's always good to see you, Nicole. Hi Brenda, you definitely sold me on AIP. Also, I watched What's with Wheat that told the toxic history of gluten. Yeah, I didn't get to watch What's with Wheat, but I did get a lot of research in on the deleterious effects of wheat and getting wheat out. I didn't eat all that much gluten before, but getting it out really was helpful for me. So it's good to hear that I sold you on the AIP. I think you're going to have to keep everybody updated on the next live session. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. I think you're going to find it feels so good to, I think after a few months, right around the 5-month mark for me was when I noticed like 180 shift in my energy. And now at this point, my energy is probably like 200 times what it used to be. I feel so much better now than I ever did in my 20s. I have so much energy now. Everybody who's watching this live, everybody who's watching the replay, AIP is not just for autoimmune issues. I think AIP is a really good way to kind of reset your system. And I feel so good at this point in my life, partly due to that diet. I can't even recommend it highly enough. And if you want more resources on AIP, I have a video on AIP, and I also have an AIP quick start guide on my website. You can just go to brendaturner.com, and that'll be on the blog section. Thanks, Nicole. Love seeing you. Love your recipes and motivation with overall health. Happy Friday. Thanks, Danielle. CJ, I deal with sadness and loneliness, and that exercise just helped. And that exercise just helped me. I love that. I love that. And look, this is another part about the human experience. A lot of us right now, a lot of people right now are dealing with sadness and loneliness. That's just such a common emotional energy. And when we, instead of feeling like there's something wrong with being sad and lonely, instead of feeling like it's something that we need to fix inside of ourselves and resist, I'm so glad to hear that it helps you feel better, because part of what we can do is to be with ourselves. And loneliness, you're never ever alone. Loneliness is kind of an illusion of the ego. You're never alone because you're always with yourself. I understand the idea of loneliness, but I haven't really felt all that lonely because I'm so present in myself. So when people are around, you can be lonely and be around people. You know, I've had it in my past where I was very lonely being around other people, but now I'm not lonely when I'm alone. And then when I'm with people, I'm even less, lonely. So I'm glad to hear that helped you, CJ. And I hope you feel even better as the weekend progresses. Nicole says, if you haven't already, can you do a video exclusively on AIP approved snacks and desserts? That's still my struggle. I would love to do a video on AIP snacks and desserts. Absolutely. Let me give you guys some really quick snacks and desserts. I will do a video on that, but I want to just give you some off the cuff. Some really good snacks for AIP. I really like the GT's brand coconut yogurt with coconut shreds, like toasted coconut flakes and some fruit. That's kind of like an ice cream vibe. I can absolutely, winter's coming up and it's fall, so I don't know if this is season appropriate, but there is an AIP ice cream that I make that's made with coconut milk. Another really great snack for AIP is the salmon bites from Epic, and anything from Epic is a good, that's a great snack brand, Epic. So those are some off the top of my head. Where's the dog? Yeah, where's the dog? So I've got a dog. It's a different dog than I used to have. His name is Samson, and he's over in the corner. My last dog, Zeus, who was a golden retriever, he lived to the age of 13, and he passed away peacefully in 2021. And now I've got a crazy puppy named Samson. So he's over, he's much more independent. He's not so much of a Velcro dog. So he's in his little cave, which is basically the little entryway to my place. So, okay, guys. So those are some ideas that I just wanted to share. I wonder if you guys have any other questions. Speaking of dog, I've got he's kind of my boss, and I do have a little walk that I owe him. I really appreciate you, Brenda, whether it's fitness or life in general. Watching your videos and listening to you speak makes me feel better about myself. I'm so honored and so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I got to tell you guys, so when I stepped away for a little while, I did a whole video all about this, but I stepped away for a little while listening to my inner guidance and coming back. It was kind of an awkward thing because I'm like, I want to do health and fitness still, but I have all this other stuff to offer. And so the fact that you guys are, you're giving so much grace and you're receptive to it, and it seems to be well received. I really appreciate that. And I can't even tell you what a huge blessing it is to just be able to just come as myself and just share what I know is valuable and what I know will help even more than just the health and fitness stuff. So I'm still offering all of it. It's just, body, mind, spirit stuff. So thank you, JB. I really appreciate that. And thanks, Bella. Yeah, thanks everybody for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. You guys are the best. How's AIP different from paleo or keto? So it's not much different. AIP eliminates nuts and seeds, which paleo doesn't. AIP also eliminates nightshades. Nightshades have things like saponins and some other unsavory things for people with autoimmune issues, but they also contain some inflammatory things for a lot of people. Nightshades can actually be kind of inflammatory for a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have heard, like Tom Brady doesn't eat nightshades, and there's certain like health nuts that don't eat nightshades. The nightshades thing is, I thought it wouldn't make a big difference, but sure enough, when I cut out nightshades, I did feel a lot better. And then another thing that AIP does not allow, that paleo does allow, they emphasize the guar gums and chemical additives. Paleo is kind of a loose, it's a little bit looser. So in AIP, you're really focused on gut health and guar gums, xanthan gums, thickeners, emulsifiers, things like that, carrageenan, things that are put into food manufacturing things are eliminated. So it's more for healing your gut and suppressing, or not suppressing, but balancing the immune system. Also legumes, that's not allowed in paleo, but it's definitely not allowed in AIP. So it's mostly similar, but there's just a few extra little tweaks there. So happy you are back. Classy, helpful, well-spoken. What an influencer should be. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniela. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys. So I gotta go take my little buddy Samson for a walk. So remember, one problem, one solution, getting into that harmony. Let it go, my friends. Release it and let it go. Don't suppress it. Let it go. And before I go, I just wanted to mention I have a membership area called the School of Transformation. And this is it's basically like everything I've been working on the past, while I've been gone, all the things I've been learning. I studied somatics releasing, I studied yoga, I studied meditation. I got all kinds of new tools in my toolbox in addition to my health and fitness tools. I also studied autoimmune and anti-inflammatory dieting. So all of that is at brendaturner.com/transform. If you want to join into a community of amazing women, get full access to all my courses, get weekly live sessions, get monthly clarity sessions, get accountability partnering. I'm doing all kinds of workshops in there, special events. There's usually around 2 to 3 group sessions that are really intense and deep, and I call them transformation sessions. We also have heart to heart sessions. We do all kinds of special events. So you might love it. If it resonates, come join me. And other than that, you guys, I love you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye, guys.